Jonathan, thank you so much for speaking to us. I don't want to say that we've been desperate to, but we've been really wanting to just get into the mind of you and someone who pretty much has at his hands the best women's club in the world right now. For you, just a little bit of your story, because you were assistant coach. Now, of course, you are the main man. You are the big boss there. What's it been like? Is it like living the dream?
Yeah, of course, because my dream is football. When I had the opportunity to belong to this amazing club 5 years ago, was a big idea for me, because my focus in my life is try to make everything to work in football. It's the only thing I can do. I think so. And yeah, when Markel decided that I had to be the first option to become the coach, I said yes, just in the moment, because it was the best moment in the professional life to become the head coach. And for me, everything changed, because when you are working as assistant coach, it's totally different. You know, my focus every day was put in practice in the training session what we have to do to play well, prepare the model of the game, prepare the players to achieve everything. But when you become as a
manager, it's you.
As manager, is 50-50 management about the whole team, not only the players, the staff members, the club, the media, everything, and as well try to prepare the game. So yeah, right now I am growing a lot as a professional and as a person as well.
And I mean, the interesting thing is too, when you usually think about managers in football, we think of Sir Alex Ferguson's in their coats, or Carlo Ancelotti, kind of, for people our age, you know, people that we almost look at as very senior. But then now we're entering a world where there's some young ones, you know, even in men's football, for example, we've seen the likes of Frank Lampard, recently retired footballers. You see Julian Nagelsmann as well, who's, you know, had a lot. And then there's you, who you're literally 1 year younger than me, and I don't think I'm old, you know, so it's amazing to know that you are now managing what everyone looks up to as the best club in the world right now. For you, how does that feel? Is it kind of like a pinch myself moment sometimes? Do you feel pressure?
I think it's a number. It's just a number. For me, I have players older than me, but for me it's only a number, because we are working with person and with women, with the staff members. So when you connect in your work, it doesn't matter the number you have, your age. So for me, I have the pressure that I want to live, because I need this kind of environment in my life to have a good energy, to work every day, and not only work, but also try to be the best. You know, when you are working with the best players in the world, when you are working inside the best women football right now is Barcelona. Is not only be there, is try to be the best every day. So the pressure we have is in the training session. For me, it's the best space to push the players and try to achieve a better performance respecting the less the day before. So I have no pressure about my number. 31 I have right now. I am happy, because be an option to be the head coach. Only good things you can having, because in my life everything what I did always was in the what I have to do to be the best professional head coach, and as well try to be a better person. So when you have this kind of environment every day, you have to be in the best moment, doing your best every day. But as well, you are growing a lot, because you are managing a lot of emotion, important moments with the club, with the players, playing final, when you are losing the game. So everything is under control, has to be under control. And for me, inside of me, it's like, wow, I need it to have the good energy every day to walk, and I enjoy every day.
How do you find that balance? Because one thing that I've learned from speaking to many managers in the game and many players is that what people don't, I suppose, almost respect as much, but the players do more, is how you manage the players themselves. Player management is key. You know, sometimes you can't be too tough, but you can't be too friendly. You know, you have to find that balance. How do you find that balance?
For me, it depends about the person you are talking. It's not the same if I am having a conversation with you, if I am having a conversation with the camera. You know, it's totally different. It's not the same. For me, what is very, very important is try to be honest. Every day. All your decisions you make when you go to sleep has to be okay. I did the best for the team, the best for the club. I don't like a kind of person that I am hiding the information. I am not telling to you what I am thinking. You have to say always what you think and try to do the best for the team. But the way what you use to do it, it depends about you. So it's not the same talking with Alexia, talking with Aitana, or talking with Sandra Paños. They are person totally different. So the emotion you have to manage, knowing the person you have in front of you, and try to take out the best of her. So when you put in one side your ego, and you think what the people needs, you are a little closer to the person, you know. So for me, it's very important. Try to be honest always. Make the best decision for the team, but understanding that every person you have is totally different, even with the staff members. And as well, we have to understand, because I think it's not easy for the person when you are talking with someone. Try to be empathic. What you are saying is not the same. What you are saying, respect what she is understanding. So this is the most important thing. What she is understanding when you are talking with her. When you are in front of the team and everything. So try to be empathic every day to win, because this is the main goal from the when you are working in Barca. But understanding that the person that you are working every day is for me the most important thing.
Who did you look up to, I suppose, when you realized that management is what you wanted to get into? Or whose style as well did you appreciate? Because like I said, what we're used to is seeing much older managers, but I'm sure you don't want to, you can't be exactly like them given the generation we're from.
When I was young, my favorite team I saw was Pep Guardiola.
Of course.
And the Barca, it was the best thing I saw in my life. I've never seen nothing like that. And I was working my years ago with important players, and we always have the ball possession. We like to defend forward, not try to be as close as possible to our goal. But what I like is try to give the best every day. And for me, the competition is in the training session. I am very competitive, and when I am working with the best players, I have to put together, try to compete every day and try to be the best, because when you are playing the games and with the experience, I can tell you that it's very important the way what you play, but the most important thing is every day what you do. And I always say one important thing for me with the players is give the reason to the supporters to come back. It's not only win, it's try to give options and reasons to you have to come back the next week and try to be together with the team. I think that we got that the last season, playing in Spotify Camp Nou with more than 90,000 persons in the stadium, and 3 weeks later they repeat against Real Madrid and then against Wolfsburg. So I am 100% sure that they went to the stadium again because they enjoyed enough the first game against Real Madrid. So it's important. The most important thing is win, but the way that you use to win is very, very important. Give reason to the supporters to come back, but try to do every day as much as possible to improve your performance as a player and give it all to for the team.
And I mean, let's get definitely into the team, because you just mentioned that you get to work with some of the best players in the world, and probably the best group of players in the world that we see, because people thinking that you get to go to work every day and work alongside the likes of Alexis, you get Aitana, but then you also have a mix of foreign players too, like a Lucy Bronze, a Kira Walsh, who we know very well in the UK. It's almost like going into a garage and getting to work with Rolls Royces, Maseratis, Mercedes, everything, that must be fun for you, isn't it? Like, what's it like to just see the talent, and what is it about, I suppose, the DNA at Barcelona that tends to bring out the best in players?
Look, if you watch our games, every game we play with different players. That is very, very difficult. If you make 5, 6, 7 substitutions every game, our performance almost always is really, really high. This is one of the most important things, because our model of the game is very clear, but it doesn't matter who is playing. The most important thing is what you are showing to the supporters. So what we get together, working together, is try to be the best team, not the best starting 11 players. Because when you get the final of the season, the end of the season, you get it if you have a group. You have 15, 16, 17 players that they have to be ready to compete at the high level. It doesn't matter the game they have to play. They have to be ready to compete this kind of games. But of course, I come to choose Mercedes or Maserati every day.
Rolls Royce.
For me, it's really, really funny. Because during the training session I enjoy a lot, and when we are playing every game, I am enjoying a lot, because I know I have the best players in the world. But I also know that when I arrived to Barcelona in 2019, we just arrived in the middle of the season. We lose the league. Barca had the last 3-4 seasons not winning La Liga. This is interesting, because right now the person say, okay, you have to win, it's mandatory for you. But we have to remember, these players, the first final that we play against Lyon, we lose in 15 minutes. We concede 3-4 goals. But 2 years later, 9 of 11, they were the same players. And we won. So playing with the same players, they grow a lot. And right now they are considered the best players in the world. But we have to remember which was the way to get and be at this moment right now. And as well, this is the meaning for me to understand what we have to do today to keep winning. This is the key.
That is the key, because as my dad always used to say, it's easy to get to the top, it's harder to stay there. And just on that point too, because I covered the Women's World Cup this year in Australia and New Zealand, and of course we know that Spain won that in quite amazing fashion. And one of the things that people maybe wrongly assumed is that Spain's national team, they would call it a Barça B, but there is also a reliance on the Barcelona style and the Barcelona core players at midfield as well. It's something that's good, because we know the Barcelona style of play, men or women's, and it's made the world fall in love with that style of football. Now, after the World Cup, and you see your girls come back, with an extra badge on their chest, does that almost make it harder for you now? Do you feel like you need to kind of hit another level too? Because now the whole country and world is looking at Barca to feed a national team.
We have not memory in football. We won everything in the last 2 seasons. That was crazy, but that is not enough to win this season. You have to make something different things to improve, to achieve a better performance respecting the last season, because the rest of the teams will try to beat you, because you are the best team right now. So for me it's very important as well, understanding the moment the players are right now. Why? Because after winning you have to rest and you have to come back. It's not possible to be at this level during the whole season. So right now, in the beginning of the pre-season and the first part of the season, I have to understand that our performance will not be the best of the season. The most important part of the season will be after holidays in January, February, March, and until the end of the season. So what I want is try to help the players to achieve the best possible performance in the end of the season, but as well try to win as many games as possible, because we deserve give to the supporters.
Yeah.
What I commented you before, and as well another thing that what I want and what I like is what I want to give to the players to become a better player respecting the last season. Sometimes it's modifying their role they have into the pitch when we are attacking, when we are defending. Try to get out the player of the comfort zone. Try to make it bigger. If you get that, you will be closer to improve your level as a professional player. You know, sometimes it's English is not easy to explain that, but
you're doing it well though.
but what I want to say is, the player right now is here. I am the best, but we have to tell her you are the best, but you have to say different things to be again the best. And playing for Barca is not enough what you did it.
Yeah.
Because football has not memory. You have to deserve winning again. And I don't like the personality, okay?
I've won, I'm
Everything
happy.
is done. No, nothing is done for this season. We have to come back
And work
as
for it.
hard as possible. And this is not easy because after winning you can say, okay, maybe the next month, the next 2 months, I can be relaxed. And for me, it's try to push the players to understand that every day is important. What you do in the training session, what you do after the training session. Are you recovering after the training session? What time you go to sleep?
Yeah.
Night? What are you
Eating,
drinking?
it's a process.
Be professional is everything. And being here at high as possible is like, everyone knows you. So you have to keep the performance. And our staff is try to help the players to keep in this level, even improve it.
And final two questions now, of course. I definitely want to talk about Lucy and Kira because they're very special to us, obviously, in the UK. And it's interesting to see more foreign players that are coming to Barcelona. But first, talking about the homegrown players that Barca have given us, both men and women. Aitana, how special is she? I know she's being mentioned in the same name as Ballon d'Or, and I don't think many people will fight against that. But how special is she as a player? Because every time she touches the pitches, everyone kind of has their jaw on the field.
Yeah. Look, I know Aitana when I was working in Catalonia Federation. When she was 15, 16, I knew her. And she's very ambitious.
Yeah. Is it a natural talent?
The rhythm she has in the training session is really, really high. When we have the ball, when we don't have the ball. And the rhythm she has in her life is crazy.
High.
Sometimes we have to say, Aitana, calm, because it's not necessary to be all the time here. Even in the training session, okay, the first exercise will be to take a good rhythm, and she's on the top. Relax, it's not necessary now. So what she did in the last few seasons is improve in the small areas. For example, the left foot, the switch of the ball, the finishing zone. Try to improve small details to become in a better player. And right now, of course, she's an important player for me, for the national team as well. And I am really happy if she win the Ballon d'Or. I'll be happy because I know her from the last 7-8 season. She's natural, but she did a lot to become who is today.
And then Lucy and Kira, I remember I got to interview Kira a couple months ago, and it's funny because a lot of people, even in the UK, call her the Sergio Busquets of women's football. And she did say that was the style that made her want to come to Barcelona. And Lucy as well, they wanted to win Champions League. That's exactly what happened. And it took a lot for them to leave Manchester City, you know. But now they are happier than ever. They talk about it as well. Seeing more foreigners come to Barcelona as well, especially from England, which in the past we've not seen as much. Is that something that, you know, you want to see more of? And how special are those two?
Look, both players are amazing, I promise you, because I saw them every day training. And Lucy Bronze is she has a physical condition that I have never been before, you know. It's crazy what she's
the machine.
What she's able to do in every training session, every game is crazy. I promise you, this is natural because the physical conditions she has. is top.
Yeah.
And Kira Walls, look, playing inside in Barca is the most difficult thing we have.
Yes.
When the foreign players come to Barca, it's not easy, the adaptation.
Exactly.
We have to go step by step, try to give small details about our model of the game to adapt as soon as possible what we want. But Kira is special. Kira is high level. Kira is class. She understands everything in the position. She's always in a good place, and right now the rhythm she had when we had the ball, even when we had the ball, she increased a lot the rhythm without the ball. I remember the first conversation I had in the beginning of the season recently was, you are an amazing player, but you have to improve the rhythm when we don't have the ball. And she was working during the whole season to become one of the best holding midfielders in the world. And right now, yeah, she played the final against Wolfsburg. So I have to say nothing about the level she has, because when you play, it's because you deserve to play. And being the first season is not easy. Playing with the best every day, with Patri, with Ingrid, Aitana, Mariona, Pina, Alexis. Wow, it's crazy because good players playing around of her. But the adaptation was good. She's a good person. Always is laughing. I like this kind of personality, but she's very intense when we are competing. So yeah, she has everything to keep being one of the best midfielders in the world, and I am happy to be part of the team, Kira.
Well, Jonatan, it's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much for chatting with us.